So, Destiny 2. Me and Destiny have had a very long relationship. One that I can describe in the same way that I can describe the relationships with my exes. Long, destructive, emotionally draining. But once Bungie gets me into that bedroom, that's when we truly find out why we love each other. All jokes aside though, back in the day I instantly fell in love with the game, and all of its mechanics once I launched it up on my old PlayStation 3. I ran all the raids, placed most of the events, got most of the gear, but most importantly I made a lot of good friends in the process. Towards the end of its life, it was a satisfying game, full of content, and I was happy with where it was at. When Bungie decided to launch Destiny 2 on the PC, I was excited. Even excited enough that I bought a hard copy. That was a mistake, and you can see why. Once the game was launched up, keyboard and mouse in hands, I was stoked, and that feeling lasted through the story of the game, which, in my mind, was a hell of a lot better than the story in the first game. There was actually a story. Might not have been the best in any video game sense, but it was a good story. It was a solid base of where you could set the universe. But once I finished that story, and that's when my excitement died. It took me only about a couple weeks to finish everything there was to do, run the raids, and the only thing left to do was just grind mindlessly for that exotic loot. Which granted, I do love the grind for gear in games. Nothing can feel more satisfying than working hard towards something in a game. But if what you're doing in that game is not fun, lackluster, and just repeating the same old dried up content, it's not fun. It's not entertaining, and that is what a video game is. It's a form of entertainment, and without the entertainment, what the hell is it? So long story told short, I stopped playing. Now, I did pick it up for a day or two when the first DLC came up. I had pre-ordered it like a dumbass, but ultimately I just stopped playing after a couple days. A few years pass. A bunch of DLC and updates launched, and apparently the game decides to go free to play, and it's on my beloved Steam. So I had to hop back in and check it out, and to see what has changed now over here in 2019. I transferred my account from Battle.net to Steam, a rather easy process, and I don't know why everybody on the internet was so butthurt about it. I'm especially happy about the switch due to the current controversy with the whole Blizzard Activision thing, but I digress. It took me only a few minutes and I was done. No tutorials, no help forums. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. First thing I decided to do once I had my two characters moved over and the game launched was to fill my third character slot and see what the newer players would be seeing when they first launched the game. What I saw was a very nostalgic sight.
It worked. You're alive.
It was the first mission from Destiny 1. Now granted, this was very cool and was fun as hell to be back over in the Cosmodrome, rumming from Prowlin and fixing that beautiful starter ship. But the first thing that felt weird to me was, what about the main storyline? How was the story, the thing I loved so much about Destiny 2 when I first played it, fit into this whole new start for all these new players? You see, if you were to want to start a new game, when the game first launched, you throw directly into the campaign. Your Guardian would be returning to the tower when all shit breaks loose. The Red Legion are attacking, and the original tower is destroyed, and you have to fight to get everything back. Then once you're done, everything opens up, and there's your endgame content and your higher power level. I loved it, and for new players, this can hook them into the world and Destiny the game itself, giving them a reason to care about the giant space ball in the sky and give context to the world you're expected to protect and live in for the next couple hours of your life. Gives you a sense of direction. That direction is gone and replaced with a hollow feeling, just a chain of random story missions to kind of put you in the world, not keep you there. I even talked to a few friends of mine who decided to try the game out for the first time who were just lost and bored. They didn't know what to do and just left the game. Turns out, you have to go to the shipwright in the hangar to access the story for the main campaign, and the 3 other DLCs offered in the New Light. What the hell? Why put something that your company spent countless hours and dollars into, major content, in the corner where people are just trying your game out for the first time and have to search it out, and most likely never even get the chance to see it before they decide whether or not they want to stick in the game and play it? Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get into all the content that you have access to for free here. You have 2 big DLCs, well, alright DLCs, that were worth money to somebody at some point. You have raids, the 3 campaigns, even though they're hard to reach, Gambit Prime, PvP, PvE, and have the ability to get most of the exotic gear in the game. And in my opinion, have a hell of a lot better of a time than I did when I bought the game and the DLCs back in the day. So in my opinion, all the free content here, even with the crappy start of the game, because you still have access to this content, you just have to look it out yourself, it's worth it. I believe that this was a very good move for Bungie to do, and has put new life back into the game. So much to the fact that even I, somebody who gave up the game and was very agitated before, has come back to it. Now with the free content out of the way, let's talk about DLC. There are 2 DLCs available for you to purchase right now as of the launch of New Life. Now being that I'm going to buy this in chronological order, I started with Forsaken. The Forsaken DLC, in my opinion, is the best DLC Destiny 2 has come out with so far. The story, which I'm not going to get into the dirty details because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, even though it has been a long time and you guys probably already have it spoiled, I'm not going to talk about it here. It was awesome.
I know where Aldrin and his barren scheme. You go, scratch your itch, then we can just say, you owe me. Do we have a deal? Deal.
It was unique and by far the most well-written story Destiny 2 has created. And now let's talk about Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is something that I'm actually still working on. I haven't been able to complete all the content for it because it is a live kind of ongoing content role. You have the seasons. I finished the campaign of it, and it was alright. A little lackluster, but okay. Not worth more than Shadowkeep, but maybe wait for it to go on sale someday. Or pick it up if you want access to the new raid. And that is something I do not think I could talk to you guys about because I haven't actually done all the new raids that have come out since I've gotten back playing the game. Basically what I did was did all the stuff that I can do solo by myself because my old clan has dispersed and I do not have contact with them. And it's very hard to find a group of 6 people who want to go and run 17 different raids with you. But from what I can see, I believe that they're awesome. Now, raid content is the bread and butter of Destiny for me. Raid content is why I love the game. And as soon as I have an opinion on that, and as soon as I am able to access this stuff, I'm going to let you guys know, and I'm going to do a separate video on that alone. But altogether, just like Destiny 1, Destiny 2 is now a game that I'm going to be playing all the time. And I think even if you don't buy the new content, even if you don't buy the DLCs, it is worth your time to play. I love to see this community grow, and I love being back in a game, back in a universe that has captivated me for all these years. So girls and guys, that's going to be all for now. Please hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Start the conversation down in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing on my videos over here. And you can find me streaming almost every day on Mixer. I plan on being on Mixer, Twitter, and streaming on YouTube at some point, but for right now I'm just streaming on Mixer. And I'll have a set schedule for that eventually, but you know, just follow me over there. I'll put the link in the description. And have you guys a great day.